I don't ever have to work at the car wash ever again. Do you understand how exciting that is? You know, as much as I fucking hated that job, no one wants to scrub cars. Working at the car wash was the hardest 2.5 years of my entire life because it's so embarrassing. It is so goddamn embarrassing to work at a car wash, especially when all your friends are in college or like have real jobs and you are not in school and you work at a place where you're making minimum wage washing cars. And customers treated us like, there's a story I have written it down somewhere, I can't remember where, I'm gonna read it later. It's about someone sold katsu one time, she was worthless, and I word for word wrote down what I said because I'm so proud of that conversation. It's one of my favorite interactions I ever had. But that job at the car wash was exactly what I needed when my brother died. It offered stability. I hope, for everyone who doesn't know, my brother dies on a Monday. Monday night, I find my brother dead in his fucking bedroom. Tuesday morning, I go to work. And that job was there for me for the last 2.5 years. Give me a place to be, a place to make money, and a place to support my passion, like all the equipment I'm talking into right now. That I have that because I worked at a goddamn car wash. And my boss was so supportive of me and so helpful. He let me take time off. I owe my boss 2 weeks notice because my boss did amazing things for me. He let me work way out, so many hours of overtime and just always supported me. And lo and behold, my last day of work, I just show up and say, hey, like, I can't, this is my last day, I'm done. Like, you'll never see me again. And instead of getting mad and freaking out at me like he should have, like he deserved to say, hey, you should owe me 2 weeks. I have to find someone to cover your shifts. Like you work 70 hours a week. How am I gonna find someone to work that much? No, he was gracious and kind. That's just a testament to what kind of man he is. That my boss, Dan, I adore that man. I love that man. I'm so grateful for that man. As much as I hated that job, I liked working there. Does that make sense? It's crazy to leave a manager position at Safeway to go to a car wash, but I stand by that. That was the perfect decision for me. I made money, I got overtime, I had a ton of just goodwill, I was around good people, I met Katsu and Carl, like two guys I just love. The car wash job was one of the best things that ever happened to me, and that sounds insane, and especially it was insane when I would work all day, 13 hours, and my feet are wet, and my feet are so wrinkled that it hurts to walk. It would hurt to walk, and it would take an hour for them to dry out and become unwrinkly. I looked like raisins every night. And I do not think anyone understands how hard it is to make videos when you work 13 hours a day at a job. So that means I would work from 7 in the morning until 8 at night. Then guess what I would do when I got home? I would make videos. I would record stuff, I would edit stuff, I'd make stuff happen. So then I'd be up to like 4 in the morning. And then I would go to work at 7 o'clock the next morning. Almost every day. I barely slept for like 2.5 years. So probably the last 6 months of that was really when I did that. But for the last 6 months I've barely slept because I've been fucking working at a car wash 13 hours a day and having a YouTube channel. Do you understand how hard that is? And I would do it all over again in a heartbeat. I would do it all over again in a heartbeat because that job, I can do anything. If I can work 13 hours a day and make videos, I have no excuse, ever. It can never be harder than that was. If I can do this, I can do anything. So, the car wash, God, might be the best thing that's ever happened to me. That dumb job at the stupid car wash, that it was embarrassing and sweaty, and you know how many times a day people would ask me, here's a really cool moment about the car wash. 2 or 3 times a day, someone would ask me, hey, you're Zach Shomler. Like, you play football, right? Like, or they would say, when do you play football again? Or, hey, when's your season start? Or they would always ask me about football. And it was so embarrassing because I quit football. I left college and I quit playing football. I stopped doing that. But that was so much of my identity in high school that that's still how my customers saw me. Like, I was still the quarterback guy. There was a moment about 2 months ago, someone for the first time asked me, hey, you're Zach Shomler. And I was like, yeah. And I'm like, it's gonna fucking ask me when I play football again. And the guy says to me, he goes, you're the guy that makes videos, right? Are you kidding me? I remember yelling at Katsu. I was like, I'm so excited about this. I'm finally not the failure football guy anymore. Like, I'm the video guy now. And a couple, I still would get asked about football, but trickling in the last couple months, people started asking me, like, have I seen you in a video? Like, you're the video guy, right? Or like, you're Zach Shomler. You have a YouTube channel. Like, I'm no one. I'm not even a big YouTuber, and it's so cool that that's happened. I really want my identity to be the video guy and not the failure football guy anymore. Like, that's part of my story. I have no regrets leaving football, but like I would much rather be the football guy and not the guy who quit football or is a failure of football. And that moment was so cool because I was like, yes, I'm not a failure in this guy's eyes. I'm an upstart. I'm someone who's gonna make it someday. Oh, it was so hard.